cheating ever sweet? Is it, Angela?
I don't know.
I don't know either, okay? But it might be your first reaction to a story in Psychology Today, and it suggests that it's not worth the consequences, all right? So we're asking Dr. Michael Levittan, marriage and family therapist, for his take, and he's here with us today. Hi, Dr. Michael.
Hi, good to see you again.
Hi, so
Great to be here. Great to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great subject you got today.
Whoa, why do people revenge cheat?
Why?
Well, there's a number of reasons why they do it. One of the things is when it's almost like reflex. You hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you.
Right.
And that never works.
It never works.
It never works because you're hurting someone, but you can't hurt them the way they hurt you because they broke your trust.
Right.
Trust in the relationship is already broken.
Right.
So you can't, that doesn't work.
I'm not gonna get back that pain from that
you
person.
Can't, so that's that leads to the second reason. You want to get away from the pain, so you take an action called, in psychology, acting out.
I'm gonna act out.
Acting
Don't
out
act out.
doesn't work.
No.
What you do is you delay the pain. Like, let's say you find out your spouse is cheating, your partner's cheating, so you get drunk.
Right.
It delays the pain. It doesn't make it go away.
So you're
it
saying
delays
that's
it.
not a solution?
Not a solution.
Okay.
Here's
All right.
another reason. Want another one? Here's what some people say. I'm going to teach him a lesson.
Right.
Or I'm going to teach her a lesson.
Yes.
How it feels. I'm going to show you how it feels.
Well, that's the lesson thing doesn't work. You know why?
Why?
All you're teaching that person, if they cheated on you and then you cheat, you're teaching them that you're vengeful. You're not teaching them a lesson.
Well, I think
you're
you are.
teaching them what kind of a person you are.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, a lot of people think that they're mirroring the action, and so that whole, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
That's another thing. That doesn't work either. Now, you both mentioned a minute ago, this is a very common thing, not just with cheating, with a lot of things in relationships, because I do a lot of couples counseling, and that is, I want you to see how it feels.
Yes.
And that doesn't work either.
No.
Because you're trying to get them to see how it feels, but what they feel is justified that they cheated.
Right.
They don't
So now
feel
we're both justified in
if they
something
cared
wrong.
about
Yeah.
your feelings in the first place, they wouldn't be cheating.
Oh, got it.
So
Got
teaching
it.
them how it feels, that doesn't work either.
I won't do that.
right.
I won't do that, Dr. Michael.
Don't. Well,
What is a healthier approach, right? You're hurt.
right.
You know,
Right.
maybe your partner cheated. What
I got
can
a bucket
you do?
of ice cream, okay, and I'm
And I
feeling
got
bad.
a fifth of Jack, and you're telling me that both of these are wrong.
Right. So what do I do, Dr.
here's what you
Michael?
do. Here's what you do. You need actually, I'm working with a couple right now doing couples counseling. He cheated, and he hid it from her. No
Right.
good.
Right.
Then when it finally came out, here's what happened. He says, I take responsibility. But he shows no concern for her pain because she's sitting there crying.
Yeah.
He's sitting there arrogant, says, I took responsibility. That's enough. So a healthy approach to get the couple back on track is the person who cheated has to realize the pain he's caused.
Right.
He has to have some empathy for her.
Empathy.
Right.
Empathy.
Take responsibility.
I'm writing that down.
Take responsibility,
Yeah.
then empathy for the person, and then vow to delete the person from your
Everything.
everything,
Right, 'cause you
social
can't-
media,
it's-
everything,
Yeah.
so they don't have to check on you. And then you pledge fidelity and you hold to it.
Okay, can people really?
Can they overcome it?
I'm like, for real. Can you overcome
get over it?
It's hard to,
See?
you
See?
can forgive, but you don't forget. So then you might always be suspicious of that person and check them.
Right.
It can be overcome, but you need someone the person who did the cheating has to really be remorseful and feel your
Yes.
pain. But that's what I said before.
Yeah. 'Cause
I
If they
think that-
cared that much about your feelings, they wouldn't cheat in the
have
first
done it in
place.
the first
Right, and the
place,
remorse
yeah.
comes from I got caught, not that I feel bad.
That's what happens a lot, the I got caught thing.
That's the thing I always feel like to me, it's like the whole, like, let me just quickly apologize. That's just like, oh, now I don't have to deal with it. I've said I'm sorry. And it's instead of saying, you know what, really taking the hit. Like, I have friends who have talked to me about situations where they cheated or they were thinking about cheating. And I've been like, I want you to imagine when your partner finds out.
Yeah.
And the look on their face, and how I believe in that moment you will wish you could take every single moment of this back, but you won't be able to.
Or I ask them to imagine if your partner cheated on you, how would that feel?
Right.
That sometimes wakes the person up.
Yeah.
And I have another question. How can the person, the cheatee, not the cheater, the cheatee,
The one
Very
who
good.
was cheated on.
the one who was cheated on, done wrong.
A cheatee.
Right, the cheatee. How can they heal? How can they feel better or get themselves to a better place?
That's a great question. What you have to do really, I mean, therapy helps. I deal with this very often. You go to individual therapy and to work on, because things are shattered.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a woman who really is more centered usually than men on keeping the relationship together.
And the family together.
And the family
home
together and the whole thing. So what you have
Yes.
to get to the realization that any idealization that you had of your mate, your husband, whatever it be, that's gone.
Yeah.
And what you have now going forward, see, if people can really heal and repair, you can have, like a bone that heals can be stronger than before.
That's right. And it's actually, it seems like a lot more prevalent than I would have guessed. We asked our Frangelistas, have you ever cheated on your significant other because they cheated on you? 96% said no, and 4% said yes.
Because it never works.
You're so
That's
right.
why.
Dr.
You're
Michael,
so, thank you so much
so
for
much.
I
being
love being here. Thank you.
Me Time with Frangela.